This is Chapter 5, Section 5 notes. Today we're going to be talking about standard form. This is what I call the cover-up method, and you'll see why here in a second. Today we're going to be finding the x and y intercepts of equations and graphs. So problem 1 says, what are the x and y intercepts of the graph 3x plus 4y equals 24? So for the x-intercept, we're going to cover up the y and solve. So I'm going to cover up the whole y term. So all I have left is 3x equals 24. So that's what I wrote out, 3x equals 24. Now I just solve for x. So to get x by itself here, I have to divide by 3 on both sides. So I would get x would equal 8. So the x-intercept is 8. For the y-intercept, I have to cover up the x part of the equation and solve. So if I cover up the x part, I get 4y equals 24. So that's what I write out. And then I have to divide each side by 4. So I get my y-intercept is 6. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult. You just need to cover up and then solve. So, problem number 2. What is the graph of x minus 2y equals negative 2? So to solve for the x-intercept, I cover up the y part. So I just get, right off the bat, x equals negative 2. I don't need to solve for anything, which is really nice. To get the y-intercept, I cover up the x, and I get negative 2y equals negative 2. So I do have to do a little bit of solving, so divide by negative 2, so I get my y-intercept to be 1. So on the x-axis, I'm going to put a point at negative 2, because that's my x-intercept. On the y-axis, I'm going to put a point at 1, because that's my y-intercept. So here's my graph. On the x-axis, which goes left to right, I put a point at negative 2. On the y-axis, I put a point at 1, and then I just connect those two dots. Okay, so this is my line, connected, put arrows on both sides. That's how I graph these. So no more slopes, no more points. You just go with the x-intercept and the y-intercept, so you only have 2 points. Connect the graph. Problem number 5. Amazon is a media download store, sells music albums for $5 each and movies for $15 each. You have a $60 gift card to spend. Write and graph an equation that describes the items that you purchase. So, if you do 5 times the amount of albums that you buy plus 15 times the amount of movies, it should equal 60. So these are going to be like your x and your y. So you could do 5x plus 15y equals 60. It'll work the same exact way. So the first thing you're going to do is cover up one of these sections. So have like 5a equals 60 and then 15m equals 60. So your albums should equal 12 and your movies should equal 4. So then all you're going to do is graph. Okay? So I put a dot here at 4 and a dot here at 12 and then connect them. Okay. Last section, graphing horizontal and vertical lines. So graph x equals 3. Whenever you just have an x in your equation, there's no y, there's no anything like that, it's going to be a vertical line. So on the x-axis, you're going to find where 3 is for x equals 3. And then you're going to draw a line that goes straight up and down through that number 3. Horizontal lines are only going to have y. So you're going to have y equals 3. So again, on the y-axis, you're going to put a dot at 3. And it's going to go left to right horizontally. And that's how you graph y equals 3. There is no x, there's no slope, there's nothing like that. It's just y equals 3. So dot at 3. And then it goes left to right.